Alright, I'm gonna just go. What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the CoronaVirus podcast. We're back. You can actually see our faces today.
It's not a coronavirus podcast. We're free of that.
What did I say?
Podcast. You said this is a coronavirus podcast.
No, this is not actually a coronavirus. You can't contract the coronavirus from listening to. Well, I don't think you can. Although, knowing my luck, I probably would be. I probably can infect people with the coronavirus even just through. Not that I've got the corona. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Welcome to episode 3.
Near you.
It's a new. You can see us now as well. So if you do, you can say you want to see us. So
now I actually have to be mindful about how I.
You got too much of a big ego.
Yeah.
You've got to. I don't really care. I mean, me desktop. I've been wearing this for 5 years.
Say to stop making silly noises and instead.
Just stop being annoying.
Give you the faces anymore. But
yeah, that you used to when I was being annoying.
Yeah.
I'm in a bit of a miserable mood, I'm not going to lie today, guys, so just take that with a pinch of salt in this podcast. I'm trying not to depress you all. We've got a few topics.
One great way to start the podcast. I'm a bit of in a shit mood, guys, so...
Oh yeah, by the way, we should always do this. Make sure you leave comments down in the comments below, get an email and shit like that with topics you want us to talk about on this podcast. And also, what was I going to say? Oh, I've totally fucking
more
forgot.
Than me.
Social medias, they're all down in the description below. And if you do want to see the aftermath to this podcast, if 35 minutes of us talking shit isn't enough for you, you want another 15 minutes, well, you can subscribe to our Patreon link down in the description.
Also, we have
just $5.99. $5.99. So
if you're not comfortable with commenting and stuff, we have an email, ccjm.business @gmail.com. Just email any inquiries, topics, questions, etc. over to that email.
Send us some inquiries about how big. Make sure you put how big your window is, so that we know that we can make it the right size for you, and we can fit it on the right days and stuff.
An inquiry.
I'm crying about like window fitting and stuff. You know what I mean? So what we realised we didn't do in the last podcast we were meant to be doing is to go through some of the comments that we got on the first and the second things, but we specifically spoke more about the second one. But I want to say thank you from both of us for the comments, genuinely.
We keep on encouraging them, so please keep them coming in as they keep our podcast going.
And it's nice to know that you're not talking to yourself.
And so we're having a bit of interaction, that we're not just boring people, we're actually giving people what they want to listen to.
Well, I think we are boring people.
Yeah.
Maybe not boring everyone.
Boring them less.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
So I think so we had a question from KWE, which was kind of all around what TV have we caught up on / entertainment.
I'm just trying to find the same comment. I'm not actually just going on my phone. This looks incredibly rude. So go on then, James, you answer the question.
To be fair, I'm really caught up on anything, but more so like started or rewatching stuff. Like we started watching Breaking Bad. I watched it when I was like 11 or 12 or something, when it was just released, and then finally getting to watch it now with Cameron, so that's been nice. And just kind of get to relive like my old kind of favourite series and stuff, and then get to watch it with Cameron, which is really fun. So banging the table.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
There's a bang in the table, did you say?
Yeah.
I'll stop this shit, James. You could wind me up before the start of the bloody podcast. And before anyone criticises me for not making eye contact with James, it's not because I don't love him, it's because I can get very anxious by eye contact. I can't be bothered for someone to comment that, because I know someone will.
I do not love him.
Many a reason. Oh, wait, it's too long of a podcast.
What entertainment are you catching up on? What TV?
Well, exactly the same as what you just said, James, because believe it or not, we live together and we have one television, so we don't.
Oh!
We have Xbox TV.
I never, ever thought I'd say this, but I started playing Fortnite.
It's like me, too.
I know.
I never play shooting games. Well, I play shooting games in my life, but usually can't do it because I don't like shooting.
I always used to look at Fortnite as well. I used to be like, oh my god, that's such like a Minecrafty kind of thing. Like, I was just like, no.
No, I never saw it as Minecraft. I just saw it. I just didn't really get the point of it.
Neither. And I think because I used to see all those people doing the dances on the Facebook, that really just put me off it, because there used to be all those, like, you'd see all the kids.
Yeah, it was a bit. There was a phase where it was like it was infected with 12-year-old, people that were going through puberty, which I wasn't really interested in.
I remember like seeing pictures of some people were doing like dances in their playgrounds and stuff.
Just ridiculous.
Where else? Pardon?
Yeah, no, sorry, just
brain fart.
Yeah, basically.
Also, got a question involving how to do like YouTube, what makes a good video, and how to do it on a low budget.
James, I think you're the perfect one to answer this question.
Truth be told, no one knows what makes good video. No one knows.
Well, it's just impossible. I mean,
the algorithms now are so bloody fried out that to get successful on YouTube is a barrier.
Well, no, it's just there's too much. It's too saturated. There's too many people doing the same thing. You can't stand out. There's no way to stand out.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody understands how it works. All I'd say is if you're trying to do YouTube and you're thinking about spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a setup and all the equipment and stuff like that because you think that's going to get you subscribers and views, etc., do not do that because you are wasting your money, because the chances are, not to be negative, but the chances are you won't get a return on your investment. I would say you can get a decent setup for about 50 to 100 quid that's relatively simple, and that will set you on your way, and that will give you as much of a chance to succeed as you would if you spent 700 quid.
There are people who do like travel vlogs who take like big Sony 4K cameras, they take mics, they take drones and stuff, but they get like 5k views a video and don't really...
Yeah, but that's because they're interested in it. That's because that's they're videographers, they like making content, and they're just using YouTube.
Well.
This is people that perhaps... I'm specifically referring to people that will have nothing to record from or anything like that, and they're like, well, I need to go buy equipment for YouTube, or do I need lights, do I need this, do I need that? Just simple, decent lighting in the room. Just find a room that's got decent lighting. You don't add any lighting, like buy things for light. I mean, you can, but I just start it off very simply. Basically, even an iPhone, like this is recorded on an iPhone, it's okay quality. Like it's not, you don't have to overdo it. A little mic. I mean, this is quite expensive mic, but there's a Blue Snowball for about 40 quid that I have for years. It was absolutely fine. You know, once you've got a mic, you've got a little, even an iPhone, or most smartphones are good enough cameras now. You don't even need to buy a bloody camera.
I think once you actually find your passion, once you actually are fully secure in it, it is, you know, giving you some success. I think then, you know, start looking at maybe more equipment when you're ready to advance a little bit more, or you feel like it's restricting you, but only when it's restricting you physically and not digitally, because if you feel like it's restricting you to go onto the internet, well, that's the kind of whole trap of it all.
Well, I just don't do YouTube to be big.
Yeah.
Don't do YouTube to grow and to get like million subscribers. Do YouTube because you want to do the content you're producing.
Millions and millions of people. Like we see like mothers and stuff come with their like 13-year-old kids, and they're trying to like video them and make them a star. There's so many people trying to be a YouTube star that you just have to be yourself and be a star yourself, and then if that...
Honestly, at this stage, I honestly think there's more chance you winning the lottery than getting 1 million subscribers on YouTube if you're just starting. And that's the sad reality of the fact that, that YouTube is now no longer a platform for little people. It's now the platform for the big companies, for the big advertisers, and for the ones that pay YouTube their dollar. At the end of the day, much like every other single company in the world, they sold out when they got enough money.
So I'm doing like a project for uni where I basically have to get like... I'm trying to get home footage on YouTube, right? It is so hard to find someone's phone, because I just typed in like something really simple that would, you know, flag up. So
like amateur bareback or something like that.
Dirty pig. So I put something very different, that was like my kids dancing on the Wii, or my kids playing VR or something like that. You know, where the type of video that would come up with someone with a phone and they're just taking a video and they're going, wow, my kids. So it took me about 6 pages going past companies talking about VR or news articles, you know, like news bite videos, to actually find user content.
6 pages?
Yeah.
I don't usually last 6 pages. Usually I'll find my favourite one on the first page.
Oh, but this is a product.
No, but I mean, like, after about... it only takes me about 5 minutes.
Kathleen's
sorry.
Disgusting.
On to what other comments we got. And can I just say, for the comments, we do genuinely read them all. If we don't respond to them in the... I'll tell you a little story as to why I don't respond to every single comment and read them through. Is because when me and Lyle used to do a podcast, and if you missed the podcast between us two and Lyle, then check it out, because it's quite a funny one. We used to do in the People's Podcast where we would basically review the comments from the previous episode in the next episode. Now the problem was, it ended up being that an hour of the 1.5 hour podcast was just us reviewing the comments in the previous episode, so the episode just became exactly the fucking same. So we don't do that now. We just want to pick out on the things, but we do read them. We will. So if you don't respond to them specifically, either in video or in what's it called, comments, then we are reading them genuinely.
And also, it's not to say that so because we might use some comments one week, we might actually find some of the comments. So say if you've given us 5 or 6 comments and we've chosen to for may come up over the next 2 weeks that we find really interesting. We want to bring into our topic.
Yeah, we write all the questions and stuff like that down, and it doesn't even have to be questions. It could be theories and stuff you want us to talk about, stuff like that. Even if it's not
some like something you've seen on YouTube and you kind of want to like discuss it a little bit, like go for it. Why not? Like send us the video. We can have a little look at it and. You know, we can
just whatever really. We've got next. We've got another comment.
No, we've got.
What?
We've got some. I wrote some things about algorithm. Reality TV.
James likes to note it down.
Well, we actually had a suggestion.
Did we?
Well, yeah. This was by.
Hang on. Wait. We won't do the main. We won't do the main topic now. I just want to quickly talk about the series that I'm bringing on very soon.
Yeah.
That you didn't write down on the list, even though I literally specifically told you it's one of the things you want to talk about. I forgot about it because it's irrelevant. I'm going to bring out a brand new series on YouTube. It's going to be called Cameron Talks, which is about creative as it comes. It's me talking, if you wouldn't have guessed, about not controversial topics, but about things that. This is. I'm hoping the series is a place where a series. This is a place. Stop interrupting me. There is a place. You've done it again. I've forgotten what I'm saying. No, fuck it off. Nah, you know what? We're not doing Cameron's Talk. I can't be bothered. Let's move on to Sims.
We're trying to do a podcast with 2 people with ADHD. Go for Cameron Talks.
I can't. If you keep interrupting me.
Well.
Cameron Talks. So I want to do a series, brand new series, and it's basically going to be, for example, feminism, being a Tory or not being a Tory, that type of thing. All the things that I want to set the record straight, because I feel like my truth. I mean, look, no one's ever going to watch the videos, but at the moment I feel like my truth or my character is told by everyone else, and I'm just a little bit tired of it now. I'm bored of being judged something I'm not and have never been from everyone. It's not even just people on social media, it's everyone, and it's not a criticism of anyone, because you were given the facts that you thought were facts and they were never told in any different way. But it is hard, it does upset me that I'm seen as this right-wing, woman-hating cunt by everyone in my life, when in reality that can be far from who I ever have been. And I'm not trying to make myself sound like a nice little saint here, but I'm one of the most sensitive people in the world. Trust me, I don't hate. Like, it's not. I like if James says a comment about someone's hair on the TV, I'm like, don't say that about them. I'm not saying this to make myself sound nice, because I know I can be a bit of a twat, but like that is not me, and I'm sick of it. And and I think it's the thing that annoys me with it, and we'll talk about it obviously on the thing, and the feminism video and the Tory thing, the fact that Big Brother said that I was a Tory. They also said I was Welsh, guys, right? And I don't see anyone believing I'm still Welsh. So why are we all believing that I was a Tory? And so they got the Welsh thing wrong, but they can't get the Tory thing wrong. Well, they did. They got them both wrong. And it genuinely, I know people say, oh, don't take it to heart and don't take it to heart. But when everyone you ever meet, because let's be realistic, I know when I meet people that they'll have read, if you say you won Big Brother and stuff like that, they might give you a Google and stuff like that. If you Google my name, the feminist video's there, the Tory thing's on Twitter quite simply, you only have to put Cameron BB UK and the Tory thing will come up. You just have to look at replies. It's basically everyone thinks I'm a Tory. And so even the people I meet new in life, and like, you know, right-wing, Tory, woman-hating person, yeah, why would you want to be friends with that? And as I do feel like I'm being judged by everyone for stuff that I'm not, and I'm a bit tired of it. I shouldn't have to explain myself, but I feel like I do. And I feel like at least if I can do this series, put my truth out there, fuck it. Maybe only 400 people will watch it. And yes, still when I meet new people, they'll Google my name and they'll see the feminist video, they'll see I'm a Tory and etc. And they'll probably hate me subconsciously for the rest of eternity. But there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know what else I can do. I'm bored now. I just want to get my truth out there, say it, and if people want to listen, they can, and if they don't, they don't.
There is no way from kind of going away from it anymore. I think you've tried the whole kind of ignoring it and going on with things, but just think, like, I'm being judged like as someone else, like, and I know people say, well, if it's not you, then detract. But no, but they're saying it's me. People view me completely the opposite to the person I am. To the point where there's been times where I've like literally been like, who am I? Like, am I this person? You know, people say this thing and I'm not. Yeah, you say, oh, I'm a dick.
You know, it's just.
Can't say, no, you're not.
You know, you look at. I think reality TV is fantastic, but the way we are as human beings, I don't think you can have shows with audiences and stuff like that, because it's just horrible, man. People forget that you are talking about human beings. There was someone on bots. It wound me up before we started the video. Again, it's 2 years ago. This is what I mean. I don't know why I'm so sensitive and it upsets me so much. But this I remember the comment that someone made on bots where they told me to go back into the closet. It wasn't said as a joke. They said I was fake and I should go back in the closet. It wasn't said as a joke. It wasn't said as anything. It was said by a panelist as well. It was said by someone in the LGBT community.
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know what Bots is Big Brother's bit on the side, which was a show that obviously comes on.
James, realistically,
new listeners.
I don't think we'll ever get new listeners. But nevertheless, but yeah. So they said that on bots, and I forgot my point now, but it doesn't matter. So
what they said on bots stuck with you for 2 years.
That's just nasty, isn't it? I just think that someone from the community telling me
the comment was stay in the closet.
Yeah, I've already said that.
Go back in the closet.
So I don't know, but I don't know. It's just somehow I think I'm just a bit hurt from all the comments for the last 2 years, and I'm just a bit sick of it. Anyway, let's move on. Next topic. Let's talk about the one that one of our friends gave us.
Honey. Hello, honey.
She gave us a really good topic that James tried to put in the last podcast, and I was like, James, we're 35 minutes into this podcast. The podcast is only going to be 40 minutes long. Are you seriously going to give this topic 5 minutes?
I tried to because it worked really well with what we were saying. There was a sentence, and I was like, oh wait, but what about SIMS? I was like, oh.
You see, it was so forced. It was like, oh, what's that? What is that thing? I can't think. I think I've smoked too much weed recently. My brain's mashed.
Mashed potato.
Maybe it's lockdown. I feel like. Does anyone else feel like in lockdown? Because realistically, I keep thinking it's weed, but I haven't smoked any more weed than I did before, so it's not really that.
If anything, smoke less.
Well, it was 4:20 the other day, so.
I had a bit of a weed hangover.
What was I saying? I can't function. No. I can't. Able to since lockdown, I can't talk properly.
It's this fucking point-proven example.
I can't function. I keep forgetting what I'm saying. Is it happening to anyone else? Is anyone else struggling with lockdown in the sense, not struggling with lockdown because everyone's struggling with that, but I mean struggling in the sense that you just can't seem to facilitate a conversation? I wonder if it's because we're not socialising with different people now. I
don't think people really have much to.
There's fuck all to talk about because there's nothing going on. There's everyone.
How are you doing? Yeah, good. Still getting by. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, everyone. Well, no. I think the problem is everyone's bored about talking about COVID-19. Everyone's bored about talking about pandemic. Everyone's bored about talking about lockdown. We're all a bit bored of it now. And what we've realised though, because the whole world's come to an end, is that nothing's going on. All those things we usually talk about, like celebrities and like what's going on TV, what's going on in football, what's going on in the news that isn't pandemic related, what's going on in our lives, jobs, education, and everything. There's nothing to talk about because no one's doing anything.
It's crazy that we still have we have the local newspaper. It's crazy that it still has one, but it's been reduced by there's so many amount of pages, and pretty much all the articles are just kind of corona related, which
no, but I mean there's nothing else to talk. What do you think about it?
What is this podcast called?
The CoronaVirus 3 podcast. There's nothing else to talk about, and that's the difficult thing. But we're trying to not talk about the coronavirus, which we didn't. I wasn't talking about the coronavirus.
No, just feelings.
I was specifically referring to the fact that is everyone else just going crazy slowly. Moving on though, back to the SIMS topic that we've somehow.
No, we've just introduced.
And also gone totally off on a tangent.
We were literally introducing the topic and somehow went on about local newspapers. That just sums us up, to be honest.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah.
What local news? Were we?
Well, no, news. How there's no news and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
Then I brought it to local newspapers. So it went from SIMS to then local newspapers. Anyway, so SIMS, we fucking hell.
Nearly fell.
Right. Can't have a go with that one. Oh my.
I've got to move back into my place.
You done that last one on purpose because you smiled. It was on camera as well, so you can't even deny it anymore.
In a day like this, I'm probably not going to smile much, so we take it as a win.
Yeah. Anyway, so me and Cameron, we were just speaking about SIMS, and we were, you spend all this time effort. You build, you try and get this perfect family. You have, you try and make babies. A baby, grows up. It's like, wow, everything's going great. You might, I think, about a month, and you might get a little bit sick of it and do a bit of mother load once or twice.
A what?
A mother load.
What's that?
Oh, don't tell me you played Sims without mother load.
What's mother load? Oh, what do you mean? Oh, what is it? It's just I haven't played Sims for
you
fucking
get 50 grand when you type in this thing. You just get 50 grand.
Oh, I don't like cheating. I never cheated on games. What's the point?
Well,
it's like the people that cheat on games, people that cheat in life.
No, The Sims is one that is a game that is 2 games. It has The Sims where you.
No, I don't like. I don't like cheating on games. What's the point? It's like the people who cheat in games do cheat their way through life.
Oh yeah.
Lie their way through life. That ain't the way to do it.
No, not lying, but find the cheats and get through it. Find the loopholes.
Nah, to be fair, cheats can be fun on games, but I never used to. I didn't used to do them because I don't know. I'm such a fucking pansy, man.
What used to happen was, well, I don't know if this happened with your Sims anyway, because I don't know if you ever reached this level, but so you'd get the money up, you'd have millions disposable income, and you've got this family, and you actually just like, well, what do I do now? And they start to grow up and stuff. They're just wanting to pee all the time, so you're getting annoyed at them because they're wetting the floors, they're, moaning about stuff. So you just
fucking
So then you just start, the first thing you do, kill the kids. Why?
Yeah, but you killed your kids.
Pardon? On Sims, yeah.
What?
Because they were so needy.
I never killed the kids. I only killed my wives.
No, the kids would go and then the parents would go.
No, I'd get a wife in, have a baby, kill the wife off, burn her in the kitchen, drown her in the pool, and then get another rich one. That's what I used to do. I'd build myself up. I'd never have £1 million, but I'd have about 10 kids and about 5 gravestones in the back garden.
I used to.
Oh, I'm just going to visit mum, and a little kid was sitting there. Oh, that's so tragic. I mean, I'm talking about Sims here, a fake game.
I used to make. I made a basement once and made a brother and sister watch each other die.
God.
But this is it though. You're happy at the start. It's all hunky dory. They're getting good jobs. You're like, oh, thank God. Now and then one becomes a criminal. You want him to, go the grey areas a bit more. And then they're just not doing much for you anymore. You're just bored. It's a bit of a weird God complex. You just start. Oh, let's start a fire up here. Let's see what happens.
No, but I think you realise on Sims that there's no point to it, which you might think, oh, hang on. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Sims. It's such a fun game.
Yeah.
But it's pointless. And one thing I will say is when you think about it, Sims is based off of loosely human life. You get jobs, you have kids. So if Sims is pointless, I pose this one question to you all. What is the difference between Sims and real life? If we can't find purpose in Sims, that's a game that should have a purpose by definition, how the fuck are we meant to find purpose in life, which isn't a game, that doesn't by definition have to have purpose? In other words, life is pointless, there's no purpose to it all, and we should all go... No, I can't say that.
Then I guess you do find... I guess you do find the purpose in buying loads of shit. You just start buying spontaneously in Sims. That's the purpose. The new purpose is getting this big new home all done.
That's weird. That's interesting because it wasn't ever for me. My main interest was trying to make as many babies because I just wanted loads of kids, genuinely. But that's me in life though.
I wanted a family, but then I wanted the wife and husband to have gay affairs and stuff, and go off to other houses in the village and stuff, and they'd have another family and they'd come back.
No, but isn't that interesting that... I don't know. I don't know. Because I always wanted a family, so I wonder whether I'd created the nuclear... Well, obviously I killed the wife, perhaps it was because I was a gay. I was like, oh... I was in turn like, oh, I just made a baby. Oh, God.
What, you would kill her after she made the baby?
Huh?
You would kill her after she made the baby?
Yeah, no, she'd give birth and I'd kill her after. I'm saying, I'd have 10 kids and 5 gravestones in the garden, but they go and visit their mum in the garden. That's not my problem.
Get a kid out of her and then, leave you and the kid on their own and just...
Yeah, and the money that she had had. Or sometimes I was a woman on there, to be fair. Often I was, because I didn't like men at the time. I still don't. So I used to just enjoy killing men. Huh?
That's why you fuck them.
You don't have to like something to fuck them. Trust me. I'm staring at something right now.
And that's the end of the Coronavirus Free Zone podcast.
You asked for it.
I'm joking.
You walked into that one.
True. Very, very true.
But yeah, isn't it interesting though? is Sims as pointless as life, or is life as pointless as Sims?
But they are a very, very close similarity when you look at it in that way. Like, what is the purpose of Sims? Really, yeah, you get the job, okay, but it's boring after that.
But the thing is, I do fear.
I didn't realise how boring it is without, aside from jobs and stuff like that. You're like, oh god, this is just it's a bit shit. Just a bit. I want to create, big things.
I feel
and make
bad
big
for saying shit like this, because I think these fucked up things that probably most normal people wouldn't think, and I feel like I do depress a lot of people. Because I mean, if I hadn't heard this before and I just heard that, I think that would spiral me into deep depression for a week. So if I have done that to anyone, I deeply do apologise.
I'm not gonna lie, when he said it to me like that, because I think you said, oh, it's very, very like similar to real life in the sense that there's no purpose, and I was like, oh shit.
No, it's the fact that we try to convince ourselves there's a purpose. Oh, we want to get loads of money, we want to get a job, or we want to have kids and stuff like that. And obviously you get fulfilment from that thing, and that's what I think.
But it's like short term, you get, yay, wow, well done, and it's like, alright, okay, you got that job now you're pissing yourself and you're a bit annoying.
I found more purpose in Sims when I would then start thinking about growing the kids up and then them having kids and continuing that on. And I think that's but I think that's the premise.
Well, you continue the kids on and stuff like this.
That's the purpose of life. It's not money. And Sims tells you actually that it shows you the human race, that we're obsessed with money and we're obsessed with power, and that never gives us fulfillment or purpose. What gives us fulfillment and purpose? My favourite ever Sims saves were the ones where I had families of generations, and I'd have grandparents, I'd have the mums, they'd have kids, the kids would have had kids, like 4 generations in one. That's where I got the fulfillment out of, and that's where I was like, oh, this was worth it. And I wonder whether that's life. We focus on money, we focus on jobs, and which obviously we need to, because you need those things to get, but you focus on all those things to try and give you fulfillment, when actually for some of us we'll never get fulfillment out of money. Money doesn't motivate me. Jobs won't, and a career won't motivate everyone. Some people won't want that. So for some people it might be about friendship or family or kids or whatever. Maybe as human beings we're not all crazily got no purpose. Maybe we've just got it all wrong and we're looking in the wrong place for a purpose.
Yeah.
Because you can't search for a purpose that, in my opinion, involves money.
Humans are very, very distracted from what humans should and could do.
We're
very distracted and not. I don't think we're given our full ability as like a human, not as a human in this way. I don't think we're given our full ability because
sheep, and often scared. People think they can't. People think they're insignificant. And reality is you are insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but you're only as insignificant in the grand scheme of things. You're always going to be insignificant, but as is every other thing in the world. Even Earth is insignificant compared to the thing, but you can be a significant factor and part of someone's life. You can change someone's life, that you are a significant factor in their life. Okay, in the grand scheme of things you might not mean much, but you've changed a few people, and I wish that's what we did more, and I hope we did. Let's be more kind, let's help people out, let's be nicer to one another, and let's see whether we actually all feel a little bit better about things if we're all a little bit nicer and there with each other and sticking by and not so fucking judgmental about this. And I don't know, it's interesting. It's very interesting. Human beings are very interesting, complex characters. Ultimately, I believe money and power will always be too addictive for human beings for us to massively change, but we all have the power to change the world.
Yeah. What food for thought?
It's just not easy.
Give from some of that for next week.
Change the world.
No, food for thought for them.
I want to ask people, do you think yourself you can change the world? That's my one question I want people to answer. Do you think you can change the world? I'm not going to give an answer. That's why I'll talk about it next episode.
That's our question for you. Please give questions.
Do you think you could change the world? And if you do think you can change the world, how, why? If you don't think you can change the world, what is stopping you from changing the world? I'm just curious. But very great topic from Honey.
Yeah. She really appreciate that.
She might have depressed. That was me. To be fair, that wasn't Honey. But
Honey probably just wanted us to talk really lightly about Sims and be like,
just fun. And obviously there's Cameron. making everything depressing and yeah, but never mind.
Just keep killing babies, guys.
Yeah,
enjoy your Sims.
Keep killing babies and making money and
yeah.
Could you be a robber on Sims a bit at the end?
You could be in the criminal enterprise. Anyways,
hang on, what the fuck?
What?
Who the fuck? Why did they pick a robber? Who's like, oh, I'm gonna become a criminal. I'm gonna start robbing places. That isn't the most common thing that people get into the criminality.
No, but it's meant to represent everything.
Robbery. Robbery is one of the worst crimes.
It's not. I don't think. I think they start off as that, but then they become like a criminal enterprise.
No, but robbery is such a knobby crime. Like most crimes are knobby, but like that is a really knobby crime because you ruin people's lives.
We should talk about this in the aftermath a bit more.
Huh?
We should talk about this in the aftermath a bit more. I say.
Or is that to try and get people to sign up to the Patreon, James? Very clever. You can tell he's a media student, guys. Bloody unbelievable. Look, and he'll criticise all these big companies for doing these advertising tricks. He's exactly the same with the other. It's a disgrace.
We were at a finishing point before, and then decided to go on a tangent about Sims again. So I was like, oh right.
Yeah. Fair enough. Anyway, should we end it?
Yeah, end it for you guys. And
if you do want to join us on the aftermath, Patreon, what is it called? Coronavirus free aftermath. Then
coronavirus free zone, CFZ aftermath for shorter abbreviation because it is.
He's been waiting to say that for a long time. But God love you all, and I hope you'll stay as strong and as safe as possible in. Just in general, really. Fuck the pandemic, just in general.
Keep talking to people, keep involved, keep on the internet, that sort of thing. Keep in the news, even if it's very depressing. And just keep active, keep in the world a bit more, even if it's.
Let's just try and be nice as well. Can we all try and be a bit nicer, all of us, even me, because I'm a cunt most of the time. So, genuinely.
This is what you've done to him, guys.
No, James, I wasn't saying it for that. I'm genuinely a bit of a prick sometimes. You know.
Is that us finished it?
Huh?
That's finished it.
Have we finished? Yeah, fuck it, finish. Take care of yourselves, alright? See you next week. Stay safe. Love you all. Bye.